Joining us in studio this morning is Krystle Noble from the Roswell Humane Society. How you doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. I had you on the wrong mic there. Let's try that again. How you doing?
I am good.
There she is. We can hear her now. So it's been a crazy few months for everybody. I mean, with things getting back to normal, things opening back up, vacation time, people getting out, stretching their legs again. You guys have been up to your old tricks at the Humane Society, and things are kind of starting to get back to normal for you guys as well there. Is that correct?
Yep.
So
we are fully open.
Okay.
If you want to wear a mask, that's your choice. It's not required.
Okay.
Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 12, 1 to 4:30. Thrift stores open full hours. Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 4:30. I was like, what days are they open? And everything's, we're trying to get back to normal as normal can be with the current situations and everything. But with that, we are hiring.
Really? Okay. So
we have one position open for a kennel worker.
Okay.
It will start out as part-time, and that would be for the training period.
Sure.
And then it will move into full-time.
Okay. And so specifically just a general kennel worker, I'm guessing the general duties of the kennel.
So basically, it would be working with dogs.
Okay.
We need to have somebody who has experience working with dogs, so they can understand body languages, so they're not getting bit if there is a terrified dog.
Sure.
They've got to be familiar with giving medications, also administering vaccinations. It's not a hard job.
Right.
It just stinks.
It's
legit
tedious.
stinks.
It stinks, yeah. You're going to be working with a lot of fur, a lot of
feces.
Yeah. I was going to let you say it. So,
but it's, it's not hard by any means. I do it every day.
Sure.
So,
it's an opportunity. It's a great chance. And the great part about the Humane Society is you were talking about it a few minutes ago. You've been with the Humane Society for going on 20 years now. Yep. I mean, it's a job that leads to a career.
I started out as a receptionist and kennel worker, and now I'm the manager.
There you go. So dreams can come true. You just gotta start somewhere, and this is a great chance to start. So
and there's a lot of kids who graduated high school last year. Age of 18, legal age of hiring per insurance. It's a way to get them a foot in the door.
Yeah. Experience preferred, obviously, you want somebody who knows what they're doing and has some experience working with animals, but you will train the right person.
Yes.
If the person comes along that you see potential in, you'll show them the ropes.
Yes.
Very good. So if folks want to apply, how do they go about reaching out to you?
They just go down to the kennels. We have paper applications.
Okay.
We're not all high and mighty with online applications.
Not fancy.
We do have it listed on Indeed. There is no online application. Indeed is just advertising the position for them to come to the kennels. But bring a resume, cover letter, fill out an application.
Absolutely, it's a great chance to get on with a winning team. Now let's talk about the Humane Society itself. How are you guys stocked up? Obviously,
we are packed.
I was thinking the 4th of July and all the fireworks seasons probably led to a lot of runaways, a lot of.
It really does. The 5th of July normally is the busiest day for animal control and ourselves, and as well as New Year's Day because of all the fireworks.
Fireworks and or gunfire, which, can we please stop that?
Yeah, if you're going to fire a gun, go out.
Yeah.
Out.
Yeah, go out into the country and do it. Fire into like the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
Or some
not
tannerite.
Up in the air. But we have a variety from small dogs to big dogs, from Chihuahuas to Labs to Pits.
Something for everybody.
There pretty much is. We've got scruffy looking dogs. We've got smooth coat looking dogs. We've got a ton of cats.
Now, do you find cats are generally harder to adopt out?
Yes.
It makes it. Dogs are the more universal pet, I think, and people.
The majority of people want dogs because dogs interact a lot more. They're more into people pleasing, as to where a cat is more independent and you have to work for that cat's affection.
Yeah.
And then you have your rare cats that act like dogs, but, that's not as often as people think.
Yeah, I'm a cat daddy. I have one. I'm actually getting another one this week. A little kitten. Kind of excited. But, me and my buddy Stefan, he's, he hangs out on the couch. Although I haven't figured out what his trigger is. Because he'll go from, I'll be petting him or hanging out, and then all of a sudden, he has to eat my hand.
You hit his kill button.
Where, though?
Where are you petting him?
Usually I'll start at the head and I'll go down. I never, go against the grain. I've learned that early. That'll get you killed. But, start at the head, usually go down, and what I'll do is I'll come to the tail and stroke the tail like that.
At the base of the back before it goes up to the tail, that's like 99% every cat's kill switch.
He likes that spot, though.
Yeah,
he
likes it
that's
until it
spot.
makes him mad.
Oh, okay. So he's got
As
a
I said, it's the kill switch.
I like it. I like it. Now I know. See, that's. But I like Stefan because it's so much lower maintenance. I mean, he's got his needs obviously, but he keeps to himself. If he wants to hang out, he'll come and he'll find me. Otherwise, he's got his shelf, he's got his spot. He's good.
He just needs his litter of bucks scooped and food bowl filled.
That's right. A couple of catnip treats every now and again, and he is satisfied.
And dogs, they require a lot more attention. Walking inside, outside, gotta go potty. They want to lay on your lap. They want to be with you every second of the day.
Yeah, you're gonna get that affection.
I've got 4 of them.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow. They're jobs in and of themselves. So, so lots of variety available for you at the Humane Society. You just got to come down and browse around. So let's talk about maybe some of the process involved, because there's a whole process that you guys have to go through, a home visit, and a lot of paperwork.
So depending on whether it's cat or dog, is whether you have to have some requirements. With dogs, you do have to have a completely fenced-in yard suitable for whatever size of dog you're looking at.
Okay.
Depending on, what we learn about that dog. Even some little dogs require certain fences because we learn that they can climb or things like that. So we go out and we inspect the yard per whatever dog you're looking at. If that meets the requirements and you have other dogs, we have you bring them down and we do an introduction between our dog and your dogs to make sure that they're going to get along on our neutral area.
Nice.
Do an introduction with everybody in the family, kids, adults.
Bring your iguanas. You're going to want to meet everybody.
Yeah.
Gerbils.
We had a lady bring a parrot, so...
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, hey, family is family.
But, we do the introductions, make sure everything's going to be a smooth transition. Once that's good, then we have you prepay their spay or neuter, rabies, and microchip with one of the local vets here in town.
Okay.
Bring that receipt to us, and then we do all the adoption contract at that time. We make the appointment with the vet. We take them, and then you pick them up from the vet.
Very good. So as soon as you pick the puppy or kitty up from the vet, it is yours.
Yes.
Awesome.
And then the vet will give you the after surgery care and what to do and what not to do. And with cats, the only thing is cats have to be strictly indoors.
Okay.
So there's no fence check for cats.
Sure.
But we still do the meet and greet with the kids and the family members.
Makes sense. Got to make sure everybody's copacetic.
And cats introducing to other animals is a lot different than doing a dog. Cats are going to hate everything right away, and they're going to have to gradually get used to the new stuff.
Right. Which is something I'm coping with. That's why I haven't taken the new kitty yet, because I'm not sure how territorial Stefan is going to be. Like, I'm wondering if there's going to be maybe some issues there.
So if you have a extra bedroom that you can put the kitty in with an extra litter box to keep him locked in the room for a few days.
Okay.
Where him and Stefan can smell each other under the door.
Gotcha.
And then, for about an hour out of the day, switch Stefan into the room and let the kitten roam the house.
Okay. So he gets used to the territory a little bit, and they kind of get used to each other's smells. All right. I'm glad I talked to a pro before this whole thing went down. I was kind of getting thrust into it. I'm like, oh no, now I need to get another litter box. Doggone.
Yeah, they always recommend if you have 2 cats, have 3 litter boxes.
3?
Yes, because one will dominate it for urine.
Okay.
And the other one will dominate the other one for urine. And then, so Stefan will have his own pee box.
Right.
New kitty will have its own pee box.
Okay.
And then the 3rd litter box is a mutual pee box. So nobody marks the house.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So
now they can poop in each other's boxes, but they cannot pee in each other's designated pee box.
Hey, Tanner, can you isolate that clip? I just want to use that in a drop. So there you go. So some pro tips here. That's really good advice. So whether you go puppy or kitty, there's steps involved. There's a whole process, and we want to make sure that the furry friend is going to the proper home. That's really what it's all about.
It is. It's matchmaking. It's just kind of like adopting a child. When you go to a child adoption agency, they try to suit you with a child that's going to fit within your lifestyle. And we do the same thing.
Yeah.
Except ours have more legs and more hair.
Absolutely, yeah. Although I would recommend, if you are going through the process of actual adoption, you don't necessarily have to put the new kid in a room by himself for days.
No.
With his
Please
own
don't
litter
do
box.
that.
I would not recommend that.
No. Kids
It's
are
actually frowned upon.
Yeah, that's called neglect.
Turns out there's a whole legal thing to do with that. So
yeah.
Now, obviously, the hotter months. Now we've lucked out because the rest of the country, we had our heat wave super early, and the rest of the country is basically embroiled in triple digits. We've been kind of enjoying moderate heat, but a lot more humidity. It's been
yes,
interesting for the
very
summertime.
uncomfortable.
A little bit, yeah.
So we are a desert area. We're not used to humidity.
Right.
Neither are our pets.
Mhm.
So when it's agitating us, it's agitating them.
Sure.
And dogs with short snouts and even cats with short snouts like Persians and Himalayans,
Mhm.
they can heat stroke in 80-degree weather.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And with high humidity in 80-degree weather, it's more of a chance for them to actually heat stroke earlier in the mornings.
Wow, that's crazy. So what are some things that people can do to counteract those
So,
issues?
on the days it's going to be super hot and really humid, which we have a heads up because it's been humid.
Yep.
Out early in the mornings for potty breaks, in during the heat of the day, out in the evenings for potty breaks, no excessive running or exercising in the heat of the day. If you like to take your dogs for walks, walk them early in the morning, 7-ish,
Mhm.
and walk them late in the evening, about 8 or 9-ish.
Okay.
Now, those are mosquito zones.
Yeah.
You can't put off on dogs. It is toxic to them.
Now, they have something for dogs, though,
They
right?
do. They have several things. They actually have mosquito wipes, and there's actually a livestock spray that you can use on your dogs that is not going to hurt them, that deters flies and mosquitoes.
Oh, okay.
But mosquitoes carry heartworm disease. They carry the larva for heartworms.
Okay.
So one mosquito can give your dog a heartworm or your cat. All it takes is one mosquito.
I had no idea.
So if you have your animal tested for heartworms and it's negative, they have HeartGuard, and it prevents from fleas and ticks, mosquitoes. It prevents heartworms and several other things. And that's like off in a chewable form for dogs.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's a once a month tablet. The test, depending on the vet you go to, is $30-$40.
Mhm.
And then the HeartGuard is once a month. And if you start them on it and you stop them, you have to have them retested before you can restart them.
Okay.
Because if your dog does get bit by a mosquito while he's off the preventative and ends up with heartworm and you give him HeartGuard, it'll kill him.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
So it is a medicated chewable that prevents and treats at the same time.
Gotcha.
So they have to, once you start them, don't stop them.
So it's definitely important to keep them going with it, or if you do stop for any reason, make sure to retest them before you get them back on it. Absolutely. That's
And now if you have any puppies at home that are under the age of 6 months, you can start them on HeartGuard without getting a test because they can't develop heartworms until after they reach 6 months of age.
Okay. That's interesting. I'm curious. At what age do dogs have the ability to get parvo?
Any age.
So it could just happen right off the bat.
A puppy can be born with parvo. If the mom is carrying parvo virus while she is having them in utero,
Mhm.
she can deliver them with parvo.
Okay, that's great. The reason I asked,
So-
the last dog we had with parvo got it at a super young age, like I'm gonna say like 5 months.
Yes. Parvo typically hits between 6 weeks to 6 months.
Okay.
That's the age range. But it can affect older dogs. It can hit older dogs, even fully vaccinated dogs. They can still get parvo.
Okay.
We live in an area where we don't have true winters and we don't freeze out the virus. So every year it mutates to a different strain.
Oh wow.
So our vaccinations are continuously being regenerated to modify for the current virus we are fighting.
Oh, okay. So,
So-
we're keeping on the front lines along with it.
Right. But and it's rare for a fully vaccinated dog to get parvo. That means your dog had a autoimmune system deficiency.
Mhm.
So, but older dogs and adult dogs can get parvo, even being vaccinated.
I was gonna ask if they're vaccinated. Let's say if they've had it and then got vaccinated, can they redevelop it?
So, parvo is kind of like if you've had parvo and you took it to the vet and they treated the dog for parvo, got it past everything, vaccinated it. Because it's already had parvo once, it makes it more susceptible to being able to catch it again
Oh,
because their immune system was already
is weakened.
weakened.
Right. So there is an absolute risk of them developing that again,
Right.
even if they're vaccinated. Wow.
Right.
That's crazy. So yeah, that's a lot of really good information, and definitely something to keep in mind in this time of year. We're getting all sorts of different weather systems moving in. Just keep your eyes on the weather. Set your house to a good temperature. If you have indoor animals, make sure they're going to be comfortable. I would even say turn on maybe like a dehumidifier if you have something along those lines to kind of cut down some of the moisture in the air.
Now, if you have a swamp cooler in your house, your animals are going to be a little bit more adaptable to the humidity than they are to a refrigerated air house.
Gotcha.
Because a swamp cooler provides humidity.
More moist air, right?
Right. So if your house is cooled by a swamp cooler, your animals are a little bit more into the humidity and not going to have as much issues adapting to a humid environment.
Okay. So they're more acclimated to those issues.
Now, and also if you have like a refrigerated air unit at your house, but you use humidifiers in your house to create moisture, that also builds your dogs up to being adaptable.
Yeah, that
to
was my next, because I use the the window unit air conditioner, but it just dries everything out. So I keep a humidifier on just to keep things a little bit moist. Same situation. So you know where we're coming from.
I live in a desert. I have to have moisture for my nose.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm gonna sound wheezy. It's not pleasant for nobody.
I'm gonna come in sounding like Morgan Freeman on a bad day.
It was a cold day in the Humane Society. So let's shift focus to the thrift store. You guys are all busy as always.
Good. They've still been continuing a lot of the updates and I'm not gonna say remodeling, but redecorating.
Okay.
They've been painting. They've got some new shelving units. They got rid of some old ones. Trying to update it to make it look a little bit more modern-y.
Okay.
And not back from like the 40s. It's everything in there is white. All the walls are white. It looks like a clean hospital.
Nice.
It's bright.
Yeah, I like that.
They've got everything sectioned now, so it's kind of like a department store. You got your kids' clothes here, your women's clothes here, your men's clothes. Then you got kids' shoes, women's shoes, etc.
Nice.
Then you've got like a little Bath and Body Works section.
Okay.
Then you've got wallets and purses and backpacks. Then you've got kitchen. You've got household appliances, furniture.
You mentioned backpacks back there. I recently bought a backpack. I was in the market for a backpack because I needed a backpack for a trip. I was blown away how expensive backpacks are now. It's I remember buying like the Jan Sports for like $18-20. I threw down $320s on a backpack. Like I could have carried stuff in grocery bags. Those are free.
You could have gone to the thrift store.
I could have gone to the thrift store and gotten a great deal because you guys have some great backpacks there and all kinds of back to school stuff too.
Typically they're only like $5 for like the army packing ones.
Nice. See, well, next time I'll think.
Yeah, they get a lot of those in, by the way.
Do they?
Yeah.
Very cool. So
like the camping and hiking backpacks that's got the water packs and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they get those quite often.
Very cool. Yeah, for only $5 or thereabouts. So that's definitely something I'm going to have to keep in mind. Anything you guys are overstocked on or seeing more of?
Clothing right now. As people are changing seasons, we're not going to wear this no more. So they donate it and then, we have an abundance of it. But I do know that they are putting out kids' school uniforms.
Okay.
Because they do, when they get donated, they put them aside for the beginning of school.
Gotcha.
So they're going to have those out soon. I know the other day I was over there and they had quite a bit of vacuum cleaners. Really? Nice, like Bissell's. And I think there was even a Kirby over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. So here's a pro tip. This is going to tie in our interview from the first hour. Go get yourself a Kirby from the Humane Society. Take it down to Steve over at Vacuums Plus and have him repair it for you. You got yourself a brand new Kirby, essentially, because that dude knows his stuff.
Yeah, so, ironically, I was like, I didn't even know Kirby's were still in operation and manufacturing, but yeah.
Oh yeah,
we got a Kirby.
They're insane vacuum cleaners. I had a brother-in-law who sold those years ago, and just the amount of accessories that goes with them that you can get attachments and stuff. It really does get thick.
It becomes the price of an entire car.
Yeah, he mentioned one that has a retail price right now of $2,000.
Jesus.
Just saying, you can get one on the cheap at the Humane Society.
Yep.
Yeah. Take your suck game up a notch. Very, very cool. So lots of stuff happening at the Humane Society, but the big one is that you guys are hiring, and we definitely need somebody who can make stuff happen, get the job done, and who doesn't mind getting a little dirty.
Right. And a lot of people don't realize, we work every holiday. We have to. They have to have somebody to go in and take care of them. But we have a rotating schedule. So, it's not that you're going to be stuck working every single holiday, but there's going to be a holiday that you're probably stuck working.
Sure. And
I will tell everybody, Christmas is one of them that everybody works.
Right. Now, will you give maybe a parent who would opt to do, let's say, for example, I'll work Christmas if you give me Thanksgiving.
Typically, how we do holidays is it's called a clean-in feed. So
Okay.
we go in and we do a short version of a clean, and then we feed them. And we're out in 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 3 if it's full.
Sure.
But typically, like when everybody shows up, and a lot of the times our spouses go with us. So it's not just the employees, it's the family that goes. So it's double hands on
Sure.
deck, and it gets done that much quicker.
And at that point, it's also, the camaraderie. It almost feels like a cleaning party, so to speak.
Right. So
Somebody orders a pizza. Just good times.
8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Delivery.
I'm not saying you don't have to order it the day before. There you go.
Microwave.
Everybody loves cold pizza. It's the best.
Oh, I know. It's weird.
It's very odd, but
But, we're not there like in total 8 hours of the day. We go in, we clean, we feed, we take care of them for the day. And the majority of us, one of us will rotate back through later that afternoon, check on everybody. So,
and that's a difference too with what you guys do for a living versus like a lawyer or somebody else. You guys are dealing with actual lives here, and so you develop a bond, a closeness to where it's work, it's a job, but you don't dread it. You don't necessarily, you're going to hang out with friends,
right.
essentially.
So,
Furry friends that don't talk as much.
And it's funny because like 2 of my employees, they're easily attached. So, if it's a holiday, I'll go back and check on so-and-so. Okay, well, while you're there, check on everybody. Okay,
check on all of them, please.
But I'm just going to check on so-and-so. So I have 2 employees who attach very easily.
A little favoritism happening?
No, they just have weak hearts.
Aw. Well, yeah, it takes all kinds, I guess. But, so yeah, if you want to apply, they apply in person. You can bring your resume, or get a paper application there at the Humane Society. You can also find the ad on Indeed. So if you want to share that with somebody that is looking for work, they can help you out there as well. Folks want to reach out to you, maybe make a donation. Or are you guys looking for anything specific right now as far as donations go?
Right now, we're looking for pedigree adult dry dog food.
Pedigree adult dry. Okay, so that's oddly specific.
It doesn't have a lot of red dye in it, so it doesn't discolor the stools when the dogs eat it, and it doesn't look like blood in the stools.
Okay. That makes sense. Everything that you guys have in place, it sounds like you guys put the know-how and the reasoning behind it.
So some of the other foods that don't have dyes in them are extremely expensive. So instead of asking somebody for a food that's the same quality as pedigree and 3 times the price,
Right.
We can feed pedigree. It's a good brand, and it doesn't have a lot of red in it, so it doesn't make it look like the dogs are pooping blood.
Right. Makes sense. So a pedigree adult dry dog food is definitely something that they could use. And obviously, if you have a couple extra hours to volunteer, help out.
Yeah, this time of the year, a lot of people are wanting to come out and be active and walking the dogs. So we ask them to come earlier in the mornings between 8 and 9. And then about 10:30, we cut off the walking time because the asphalt's too hot for them to walk on to get to the park. And it's just too muggy out there for anybody to be doing any type of exercise. So we don't want them to heat stroke either.
Absolutely. Makes sense. So if you, want to volunteer some time, take a dog or 2 out for a walk, it'd be a great bonding experience for you. You might even make a friend. Who knows?
And that's how 2 of our volunteers ended up with dogs.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm just going to come down and help out for a little bit. And, I really like this dog.
I got to tell you, too, and this is just a pro tip for any you single fellas out there. Chicks dig dudes with dogs. Saying. A couple extra brownie points there. If it doesn't have to be your dog. You just say, you can give it a whole name and a backstory. Okay, that right there, that's Baxter. We've been together for 15 years. I rescued him out of a building. Make up a whole thing. Make
or
yourself
just
out
say
to be
you volunteered a shelter.
Well, yeah, you could go that route, but I like the whole name and backstory thing.
He can give him a backstory, too.
Okay, fine. But I don't know that backstory because I'm volunteering. For all I know, that dog could have,
He can create the backstory.
That dog could have come from a life of crime for all I know. I don't know what that dog was doing on the streets before I took him for a walk. This is about our relationship moving forward.
He was rummaging people's houses for bread.
That's right. It was holding up people and mugging them on the street corners. But if you want to volunteer time, if you want to donate, or if you just want to browse and maybe find your next furry friend, they're there for you. How do people reach out to you?
So we have numerous ways. We have our email. We have Facebook. We have in person. If they want to make an online donation, if they go on the website, there's a link on the side. They can either join and become a member or just click the donate button and make a donation from there. If they want to donate to the thrift store, they can call the thrift store and set up a pickup. If they're not able to bring it, we can go out and get it, and help out that way. There's so many things that the thrift store can tell them more so than I can about what their lack of or not lack of.
Sure.
I only go over there just to shop. So
Absolutely. So reach out.
or pick up stuff for the thrift store, but mostly, it's over there just to shop.
There you go. So reach out if you have any questions. What's a phone number folks can call?
For the thrift store, it's 623-9210.
Okay.
And the kennels are 622-8950.
There you go. Reach out and help out the Humane Society because they're doing the Lord's work out there. We appreciate you guys.
We do, I don't know. We do what most people can't do.
Or aren't willing to.
Yeah, okay. Or aren't willing to.
Yeah, I would say aren't willing to. That's the problem. Because I think most people can. They just choose to not to. And you guys are out there doing awesome stuff. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And I know you got to get out of here a little early because you're going to do a blood donation. Nice.
Yeah.
Kicking out that sweet vein gravy.
Well, not so much a donation, but more of a vampire.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
But thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Appreciate you. 38 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's get you up to date